Hey, what's up guys? It's ColbyCheeZe with OnRPG. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions video of a new game that I was playing called Crimecraft Bleedout. And this is a free-to-play, team-based first-person shooter. Well, I guess you can play not as a team as well, but the cool thing about this game is that it's got a bit of first-person shooter and a bit of MMO built in together. So you're going to take your character around different missions and around the world and pick up quests from NPCs, and you're going to level up just as you would in an RPG, but then you're going to be going into matches that would be more reminiscent of maybe like Counter-Strike or Team Fortress 2, and that it's just boom, the match starts and then there's different game modes. So anyways, let's check out the game and I'll show you guys some of the different stuff that you're going to be doing in the game and all the different abilities and whatnot. So when you first start the game, you will jump into the character creation screen. There's a little bit of customization options here. You can choose female, male, whatever. But the main customization is going to be actually within the game, where you can do all kinds of mods to your guns, and you can get different clothing for your character and make them look really cool, tattoos and things like that. The game will throw you into a tutorial when you first begin. You'll be doing some missions that are actually PvE. You'll be fighting against different bots and doing some missions where you have to run around and kill a certain amount of enemies, or you have to pick up an item or do an escort quest or even kill a boss. And there's all kinds of missions like these. You can actually join into levels that other people are doing their own missions in, and they're doing like a completely different mission than you that is in the same area, but you can still complete your objective. And then so they'll be shooting guys all over there doing their own thing, and then you'll be around doing a different mission trying to pick up some items, and maybe their mission is to like escort some guy. So that's kind of cool. You can see them doing their own stuff while you're doing your quest as well, and that gives it that kind of MMO feel where people are either helping each other out or doing their own thing, and you can group up if you want, but you don't really need to. The missions aren't too hard to begin with anyways. Oh, stabbed in the face! In the face, yo! As you get a little bit higher level in the game, you'll actually be able to do quests that are PvP as well, so you're going to be able to compete against other people. So the whole way leveling up is not just going to be PvE. You don't have to worry about that, but you do have the option. Some of the missions do get pretty tough later on as well, such as the kill the boss. The bosses are really tough, and guys just spawn like crazy, and they just keep coming, and they keep coming, and you have to kill them before a certain time frame, or you actually fail the mission. So this actually does get pretty fun, and you have to work together on some of those. On the PvP missions, there are lots of different PvP modes to go over, but first I want to show you some of the cool achievements that you can actually get within the game as well. Achievements in the game are a lot like the missions in that you're going to be completing them within the various matches that you do. The cool thing about them is that it adds a whole new depth into the game and a ton of replayability. There's always going to be something for you to try and do. So you're going to try and kill a certain amount of enemies with a pistol, or you got to kill a certain amount of enemies that are holding a pistol, and there's going to be all kinds of missions like that, or there's even achievements like having a killing streak going on for a certain amount of time, or just to win a certain number of one game type. So there's a whole plethora of achievements, and you kind of unlock different tiers of difficulties of achievements as you level up within the game. So you go all the way down, and the OG is kind of like the final level of achievements that you get when you're level 50. So you kind of work through that. And there's even different tabs of achievements that have their own types of things that you have to do. So there's a lot of really cool stuff you can do with that, on top of the missions that you're already going to be doing within the game as well. The game developers are actually trying really hard to add a big level of storyline to the game as well. There's some pretty cool cutscenes. They're like more anime, manga style, and you can go on the website and check some of that out. But anyways, the game is done in episodic format. If you want to go through these different mission episodes, you can actually pay to unlock some other episodes with either in-game currency, or you can actually buy the currency for the game as well. So that's kind of cool. You can go through and do a big set of missions that unlocks some storyline elements and things like that if you like doing that. Similar to other MMO type games and RPGs, you are going to be able to unlock abilities and level them up as you get higher level. So the abilities in this game are obviously going to be centered around first-person shooter stuff. You've got things like you can do frag grenades, you can do proximity mines, you can get abilities that augment your gun to make it shoot like a damage over time fire ability. You can set up rocket turrets when you get really high level. There's abilities that heal you, camouflage abilities. You can get different types of grenades like stun grenades and Molotov cocktails, C4 explosives. There's all kinds of really cool, neat abilities that you'll be able to use within the game as you're leveling up, and you'll have the option of loading out 3 abilities at a time when you're actually going into the matches. So you have to really choose carefully the synergies of what type of character player you want to be. Are you going to be a sniper? Are you going to be someone using shotguns? Are you going to be like a destructive guy or like a scout running in stealth behind to capture the flag? So you have those options. You basically create your own class. You don't choose, hey, I'm medic, or hey, I'm the heavy, like in Team Fortress 2. You create who you are within the game. So that's kind of cool. In addition to the big level of customization on the abilities that you have, you also have several different crafting professions that you can learn within the game. So you can become like a tailor and make all kinds of neat accessories for your characters and sell those, or you can even do like a gunsmith, or you can make stim packs. So if you're going to be a gunsmith, you can make all the different mods that people will put in their guns to make them better. You'll be able to actually make certain special types of guns as well. And then if you decide to go down the alchemy, you can make these stim packs. In addition to the 3 abilities you can load out for matches, there's also 2 slots for usable items such as the stim packs, or like on one of my characters I had one that would heal me, and then another one that would lower the damage done to me but lower my accuracy. So there's just all kinds of different crazy things you can do with that, and you'll probably decide to go down one tree or another as you are leveling up within the game. So with me, I did gunsmith, and you buy a couple of items from the vendor, and then you can pick up items from actually doing the missions. That you get items after each mission that you go on, and then you can craft and level it up. If you're familiar with leveling up your trade skills in World of Warcraft, it's similar to that. You start off at level 1, and as you create things, it'll boop, 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 bump up your skill level and things like that, and then you can branch off into other trees like augmentations or gunsmith and things like that. So the missions are actually a lot of fun in the game. You can do whatever you want. You can go in and just do a bunch of PvE missions to level up. I personally liked playing the game as a PvP game because I feel like that's what it is. So I had a lot of fun going in. You can just join up matches that are already in progress, or you can create your own map. Generally, they will correspond with the missions that you're doing, so you'll probably pick up a couple missions and it'll say, hey, go to this particular level here and do, assault, capture, and defend, which is one of the various different PvP modes, and win a match there. So if you go and you win the match, then you complete your mission. That's pretty much how it works out, so that's really cool. In addition to just doing those matches, there's also some daily tournaments that will take place. You can form a team of people and go in and try and win these tournaments, and of course you'll get prizes for winning the tournaments. There's gangs and clans that you can join up in, and there's auction house. So it's got the full range of things that you would expect from an MMO game, with all the cool shooter elements of any great first-person shooter as well. I really enjoyed the variation of the different game modes that they had. There's one called Robbery, where you have to go to an enemy safe, and the longer you stand there, you can get up to like $2,000, and then you can run it back to your base, kind of like a spin on Capture the Flag, where instead of just taking the flag instantly and leaving, you have to, it's kind of dangerous to stand there at their flag location for a long time, but if you can stay there for a long time, you get a very large amount of the cash from their safe, and you can take that back, and basically whoever at the end has the most money wins. And obviously if you're taking money from their safe, then it reduces their counter, and then when you bring it back, it increases your counter, so you have that kind of back and forth action going on. They've also got some cool mode called Assault, Capture, and Defend, where there's this little beacon that will activate, and both teams have to rush to it, and what happens is you stand there for a while and you'll capture that point, and then that team that captured it, they have to defend it for as long as possible, and the longer they defend it, their points will start going up, and they actually cannot respawn once they've captured that. So the enemy team just simply has to eliminate each person on that team, and then it's easy for them to go capture that. But again, they have to do the same thing next time. They have to be able to defend it for a really long amount of time. But so that's really one of the cool matches. Of course, they have deathmatch and all kinds of other cool modes as well. As a final thought, I'd say that this is a really cool game to play. I would recommend it for you guys. It is free to play, so you can jump in there right away and start having fun on there. And if you want to learn more about the game, be sure to go check out OnRPG.com. We've got a lot of info for it coming up, as well as a bunch of discussions on OnRPG.com/boards. If you enjoyed the video and want to see some more reviews, be sure to hit the subscribe button, and we'll be bringing you more. But I hope you enjoyed it. This is ColbyCheeZe. Peace out.